everyone, it's Alexis Can't Film, and today we are talking about a video that popped up on my TikTok, which most of the videos I talk about pop up on my TikTok, but you get the idea.
It's all the same thing. It's all white supremacy. Fat phobia is racism.
So I keep seeing this video from the creator Hahamckenna that is getting stitched on TikTok, and basically she's trying to argue that weight loss drugs like Ozempic are part of a larger system that's designed to erase fat people. Basically a genocide of fat people. Yeah, stay with me here, stay with me. And, you know, I thought about it. Maybe people are just clipping certain points. They're just taking her out of context. They're just trying to make her strange connection even stranger and just make it sound like it's super outlandish, super crazy. But it is so worse. It is so much worse. You know, when I first heard someone say Ozempic is genocide, I quite literally thought it was satire or rage bait or whatever. Then I watched the whole video.
When are we gonna understand that it's all the same thing? I had somebody comment on my video the other day saying that Ozempic and these weight loss drugs are trying to exterminate fat people. They want to get rid of us.
Get rid of us is so harsh right off the bat. Like, it just shows how much she's playing into this victim mindset, just straight up.
And somebody commented and said, how dare you use the same language about this that is used about what's happening in the Middle East? It's all the same thing. And that isn't to obviously discount what's happening. It's really bad.
Bruh.
Yeah. Thank you, Captain Obvious. I mean, it is really bad. What? Oh my god, I don't know. I feel like if you have to do that mid-argument and try and like defend yourself, maybe you should take another take. Maybe you should just clip your video a couple times and just re-record it, you know. Maybe don't call people using Ozempic the same as genocide. Just a thought. Just a thought.
Lots of stuff is really bad and it all comes from the same place. It's all white supremacy. It's all heteronormativity and capitalism. It's all the same thing. Fat phobia is racism. Racism is classism. Classism is racism. The way that the modern world has been created is with capital and control as its guiding principles.
I mean, she connects Ozempic, people who use Ozempic, and people who are pushing it to every ism you know. Racism, classism, capitalism. I mean, she even compares it to what's happening in the Middle East right now, saying it's all the same thing.
So, when they're trying to whittle down every single fat person, they're so excited that they found a drug that makes it so we don't exist anymore.
Okay, I could just be wrong. Please enlighten me. Please do if I'm wrong. Are they forcing Ozempic down your throat? I've never heard of that before. It's your choice at the end of the day if you administrate it into you. Did I use that correctly? I'm trying to sound like smart now. Did I sound smart for y'all?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
It's your call to go get Ozempic at the end of the day, and then it's also your call at the end of the day to take Ozempic. You know, that's kind of the beautiful thing of free will and everything. Like, everyone has it. Right? Right?
And again, not to devalue any of these things. I consider them all very important. If tomorrow they released a drug that said, okay, we cured blackness. If you just take this pill, you can be white. And then the problem will be fixed.
Girl, no, that comparison is wildly off. Obesity, yeah, it can be affected by the environment, genetics, and metabolism, but at the end of the day, it's something that can be treated or fixed. Treating a condition is not oppression. Forcing someone to change who they are to fit an impossible beauty standard, that's oppression. It's not smart to try and blur the line with two extreme analogies like this.
The blackness wasn't the problem. The problem was the system that ever made anyone think they needed to be anything other than what they are.
Yes, I agree. That's not the problem. The problem is the system that's been set up to profit off of people who feel broken. Ozempic isn't genocide, it's marketing. Companies, brands, influencers, they all have the same goal: your money and your lifelong insecurities. That's not racism, that's exploitation dressed up as empowerment.
It's radical acceptance versus stringent rules. And the only way that you get to live a good life of comfort and privilege is if you submit to us and you change who you are. The genetics you were given aren't good enough. It's all the same thing. I don't like to get like preachy on the internet, or like I try not to have this like smug affect that so many influencers do. And so I hope this doesn't come off that way, but I just want people to understand like the intersectionality of this is all one big problem with the same roots and problems.
Basically what she's trying to say is all those isms that I just said, racism, classism, capitalism, basically comes from the same roots: control, conformity, and profit. And at first that's not as crazy as a take, you know, if she just left it there. But here's where the argument derails. Yes, the issues intersect, but they're not identical. They influence each other, but they're not the same exact thing. Saying that they are makes it really hard to solve them because you turn them into one big unsolvable blob. And then the craziest part, again, I think the issue why everyone's upset about this, comparing it to genocide. Genocide, as you know, everything has definitions. So does genocide. Let me read it for y'all. The intentional extermination of a people group. I feel like we all know that. Marketing a weight loss drug may be unethical, but it's not genocide. At the end of the day, it's just capitalism doing what capitalism does best: selling comfort, control, and insecurity, all for a profit. Fat phobia harms people, absolutely, but calling it genocide, that just cheapens the word. It makes it harder for us to actually talk about genocides that, you know, are actually happening right now.
And the system of oppression, the interwoven systems of oppression, they want us to believe that they're different things. We can't build a coalition to do something about it. And it feels like now is an important time to get straight on that. Yes?
Look, we can 100% critique companies, brands, medical biases, and stuff like that without calling it genocide. Yeah, right? We can fight body stigmas and also accept that people do genuinely need weight loss drugs sometimes for medical issues. These conversations matter, but they matter more when we're accurate. If we call everything oppression, then nothing feels urgent anymore. Oh, but if you weren't done with this, girl, just you wait, we still got another video to go.
Ever since I started growing a little following on here, I've started amassing little comment warriors who will stay in my comments when I'm being willfully misunderstood on the internet. And they will reply to the assholes who are taking my point the wrong way and just being so dense on purpose, who are bean souping me. And they will respond to all of them for me. They will respond with books for the uneducated commenters to read. They will insult them on my behalf. These people are the most important people on the internet. They are warriors for good, for truth, for information. And I love them. And I want to kiss them all on the forehead. And I want to buy them donuts for breakfast. And I love them. Thank you for your service. Thank you for all you do. You make my life better when people are being mean to me.
Yeah, so I just let that video play all the way through because it wasn't that long compared to the other one, and she wasn't saying too much to it. It was basically the same thing on repeat. But the thing is, if your first thought is to encourage a army of strangers online to defend yourself, maybe your point wasn't that clear. Or maybe you're just rage baiting or whatever, because honestly, I've thought of that possibility for a little bit, wondering if you were just rage baiting all of us to get some clout, because I know you're like a comedian and everything, but like honestly, good for you. You got a lot of people talking about you and stuff, and you got a lot of followers from this. And it's like, I bring up the rage bait thing too because I mean, that's always a possibility, you know, say something outlandish, you get people talking about you, have a couple people follow you for like a lol cow, but then they kind of forget why they followed you and they stick around and they find you funny or like whatever, because you're like a comedian, so you want people to stick around and think you're funny and stuff.
I have to break my silence. There is something fundamentally wrong with you if you love horror movies. I've really been holding my tongue on this for a long time. Why do you want to be scared all the time? Why do you like gore? Why do you want to see blood and guts on screen when you could watch something nice? And you don't even have to feel nice when you watch stuff. You can you can watch something that's heart-wrenching or sad but just like blood and guts. And like I see it on dating apps all the time. Oh, I need to watch horror movies with somebody during spooky season. Shut up, ew. Your idea of romance, you want me to come over to your house. Me a woman, you a man, famously violent murderers as a genre. You want me to come to you, a strange man's house, and watch violence porn? And then kiss? It's not gonna work for me. And it's become so mainstream. People are like, I love horror movies. Why? Not even suspense or thriller. Horror. I cannot get behind this. I will not get behind it. Horror is such a quick swipe left for me. I'm like, near. Why do you like that? That's fucking weird. I can't.
I don't know, if you're genuinely being serious at the end of the day, my bad. I did take this as like a rage bait thing. I've accepted that possibility as well. Because honestly, you just never know online. But let's take away the rage bait thing. Let's say you're not rage baiting and you do believe this and you are upset that people aren't taking your point as you want it. The thing is, the internet is so big and vast that it's like, if you're going to say something outlandish, people are going to get outlandish ideas. And like, I can sympathize with you because people will twist your words. People will say stuff and be like, oh, well, she said, you know, like that situation. But you did say that Ozempic and genocide are the same thing. So at the same time, yes, the internet's crazy and they will twist your words, but they didn't even have to twist your words. She also dropped an 8-minute TED Talk about books that we need to read to educate ourselves, because the best way to win an argument is to call other people dense. But I'm not going to make y'all sit through that, because who wants to sit through 8 minutes of multiple books being thrown at you and her constantly calling you dense and stuff like that? Anyways, we should absolutely talk about the obsession with thinness and who's cashing in on it, but maybe not call Ozempic genocide. Just a thought. Anyways, if you made it this far, just drop a like, drop a comment. I'll respond to all of them like usual, and if you haven't yet, subscribe. This is Alexis Can't Film, signing out.